モリシーの意味慎重なインタビューでした。スミスとモリシーはイギリスのベストアーティストとしてご推薦しましょう。さあ次は先ほどお知らせしたように新しいバンドパシフィックとのインタビューです。レイチェルが彼らの経歴バイオグラフィーについて聞いてみました。
家族と友人たちへ、たとえ月日が流れ去っても熱い浜辺で時を過ごすように僕たちが暮らしていくことを思いを込めて。
We started as another band about 2 years ago, and then we slimmed down to being what we are now.
Is that the Doris Days?
That's right, yeah. And then last December we decided to, well, a few people had left, and we bought all these samplers and computers. So that was like Pacific was born when we bought our sampler. So it's probably since last December, really. And then we saw McGee March. He came to our bedroom and played him a couple of songs. And since then we've just, we just carried on with creation. That's all we've done, really.
Basically we all met at college in Brighton. That's how we all knew each other, anyway.
Yeah.
I've got a quote here that says that you've done for sensitive songs what creation has done for leather trousers. Do you think you'd agree with this?
Mate, I hope so, yeah.
That's a really nice thing to say.
There's been some odd reviews. They've all mentioned creation and said, how different it is. But I think creation's changing as well. I think it encompasses many more things than it used to, so it's good for creation. I mean, Momus is not really your average. I don't think there is an average creation band now, hopefully.
And Alan McGee is sort of completely behind what we're doing. In a way, like you said, it sort of encompasses a change in their attitude as well.
I think if they can carry on all different directions, because they've still got people that were like they're older, what people expect from creation. And they've got lots of other things as well.
Family and friends, though the years have removed, spending time burning beaches just to carry on what we do. So go on.
The reviews in the papers of the EP, they've been using a lot of metaphors like sound and sea and waves and stuff like that because of Pacific. But do you think, are you going to be sort of keeping in that direction, or do you get sort of annoyed with all the metaphors that they're using?
Yeah, I get quite annoyed really. I try to make sure there's no nautical references. I think. Because it's easy to pile a few things together and say it's all about the sea and it's all.
So this is coming from Brighton as well. Yeah. People expect you to be writing songs on the beach in Brighton.
Yeah, they've made quite a bit of mileage about the Brighton as well.
I think in time that'll wear off as our music sort of becomes, because we've only had a few reviews really, because we haven't played very often. I think 3 times. So I think as people start to listen more, perhaps the metaphors will be dropped and people will start sort of thinking of something different to say. Hopefully.
It's weird. They've all been quite similar in the way they've treated us. It's not. They don't really know. They haven't actually said much about us. They just said odd things about creation and.
Hopefully, it's because we're hard to define.
Yeah.
That people are having to talk about the sea.
Hopefully, the next one will surprise them.
What, are you going to rock out then, or what?
No.
Never.
No. I don't know how to.
Right.
We've got an articulated lorry solo in the new one. That's about the only thing we've got.
As you say, you're not so well known now. How are you going to ensure that you will be in the future?
Difficult question. We don't want to go and play lots of gigs just for the sake of it, because I think it just devalues what we're trying to do, because it isn't about playing to gigs. I mean, I don't think we can do what we do very well live. It's a compromise at the moment. We're using a backing tape, which isn't really. I mean, ideally, eventually, we'd like to use orchestras and do things on a bigger scale, but in like theatres or something, and just totally control the environment, make it more nicer than a gig. But we are playing a couple of concerts with House of Love, but they're all right because they're big venues and you probably get heard a bit better. But hopefully through the records, really, we want to try and. I mean, I think that's a good enough way of doing it. You reach far more people through records and videos. And
we just hope that people are appreciators.
I want to make good videos as well.
Just do things that are special, not sort of the things most people think they have to do to be popular, because that seems to devalue what people are doing. I think it's more important to do something special that means something to you. you think you're involved in it for the art or ultimately for the commercialism of it, you know, the money and stuff?
Both. Trying to make
It would be nice
things that are
to,
commercial, you know, artistic as well as just purely commercial.
And to be able to carry on doing that, I suppose we'll have to aim to be popular to a certain degree.
I know, which isn't a bad thing. As long as you're doing what you want
Yeah.
to do and you're doing it well and you're getting better each time, then I think that's fine.
I think you're made to feel a bit guilty about wanting to be sort of popular, like commercial is a dirty word, but it shouldn't be really.
But if you've got a good attitude about it
Yeah,
and
if
you
you
get
believe-
popular, then it rubs off on other
Yeah.
people. So
If you really
that's a big
believe
thing
in what
to
you're
say of
doing,
yourself. But I
sounds
think
a cliche, doesn't it? But if you do really believe in what you're doing, I think it's.
there's nothing wrong with it.
You tread in dirty water, you lose strength down deep inside.
Now then, the new
パシフィッ
year
クの
is
イン
always
タ
a
ビューで
quiet
した。
time
クリエーションレベルの期待アーティストです。さて、今
今
週のアルバム紹介コーナーは少し遡って88年12月にリリースされたマイブロディバレンタインのイズンターネスイングからフュールユーズキースをどうぞ。こちらもロフィズイケおすすめです。